on our one and all channel Satyam Ideal Learning, and we are here for a preparation for NEET. And guys, our today's topic is very important, as well as it is very much interesting too. Okay, so guys, our today's topic is about the vascular system of plants. And the vascular system, we have studied about the animals too, humans, no? So we have studied about the vascular system of humans. So vascular system consists of what? Blood vessels, heart and blood. In humans I am talking. And now we will be discussing about in the plants. So they have also vascular system, but few do not have. Few those do not have vascular system. So guys, the vascular system consists of xylem and phloem tissues. Okay, so what does the vascular system consist? It consists of xylem and phloem tissues. Guys, we will be discussing about all the components of the xylem as well as of the phloem. Okay, so watch the video till full, and if you have not subscribed our channel yet, then please do it. So guys, in the xylem, what does they do? What does they do? So xylem transport water and minerals, water dissolved minerals from the roots to the all different parts of the body of the plant. Okay, so what does xylem do? It transports water and minerals from the root to the all different parts of the body of the plant. And what does phloem do? Phloem transport food. Okay, phloem transport food from the leaves. In the leaves only the food are being manufactured. The food are being made with the process of photosynthesis in the leaves only, na? So the phloem transport food from the leaves to all the different parts of the body of the plant. Okay, so guys, at the very first, what is translocation of the food? Translocation of the food. See guys, listen. The food is transported from the leaves to all the different part of the body in the form of sucrose. Okay, so the food is transported from the leaves to all the different parts of the body in the form of what? Sucrose. Sucrose is a kind of sugar. Okay, sucrose is a kind of sugar. And now see, translocation of food means that the movement of food from the leaves to different parts of the body where it has to be utilized or where it has to be stored. That is known as translocation of the food. So I am repeating the definition. The movement of food from the leaves to different parts of the body where it is utilized or stored is known as translocation of food. Clear? Now, alright. Come on, vascular bundle. Now, what is vascular bundle? See guys, xylem and phloem together are known as what? Vascular bundle. Okay? So, they are together known as vascular bundle, and these are vascular tissues, xylem and phloem. So what we have studied? Translocation of food, and we have studied that sucrose is a form in which the food is transported from leaves to different parts of the body, and vascular bundle too. Guys, now we are going to study about xylem as well as its parts, its components, its elements, okay, and phloem too. See guys, so xylem, as I have told you, transports water and minerals from the root to the different parts of the body of the plant. Okay, so it has 4 different components or the 4 different elements. See, what is the first one? First one is tracheids. Okay, so first one is tracheids. Second one is vessel. Second one is what? Vessel. Third one is xylem parenchyma. And fourth one is xylem fibers. Okay, so these are the component or the elements of the xylem. Now we will be discussing about each of them one by one. See guys, these all are not not necessary that they will be in all the plants. Okay, it is not necessary. Okay, so see, tracheids in this xylem, no, the most of the cells are dead. The most of them are dead. Tracheid is dead, vessel is dead, xylem fiber is dead. But this xylem parenchyma is a living one. This is only one, the living one. Okay, so it is the living one, and rest of are dead cells. Okay, see guys. So tracheids is a dead cell. Okay, clear? Now, tracheids are elongated, means they are very long. Okay, tracheids are elongated and they have a tapering end, means you can see in the diagram now. I have shown you the diagram. You can see that they have a tapering end and they have a hollow body. Okay, they have a hollow body, they have a tapering end, they are elongated and they are tube-like structure, and they have a lignified wall, thick lignified wall. But the cell wall has a cavity. Okay, the cell wall, there is a cell wall and the cell wall has a cavity in between. Okay, so the cell wall has a cavity and the cell wall is thin. The cell wall is thin than that of vessel. When we talk about vessel, no, so the tracheids cell wall is thin than that of vessels. Okay, clear? So guys, I am writing also. You can see vessels and tracheids. मैंने तो see. So it is tracheids. So what are tracheids has elongated? It has an elongated tube-like structure. No? So it has an elongated tube-like structure. And what I have told you, it has tapering ends. So it has tapering ends. So it has tapering ends. It is not working very nicely. Oh, what happened? It has tapering ends. Okay. And they have thick lignified walls. Thick lignified wall. Okay. It is clear about tracheids. Now, come on next. That vessels. Okay. I am rubbing the tracheids one. I think you have noted down. And now, when we come in the vessel, wait a second guys. I am rubbing this one. One thing I forgot, that tracheids have pits too. Tracheids have pits also. You can see in the diagram they have pits. Okay, they have pits laterally as well as they have pits in their end walls. See guys, like this way is the tracheids diagram. You can see in the picture. Okay, this is the kind of diagram tracheids have, and one more is coming like this way, the another tracheid. Okay, so it will come another tracheid, and this is the diagram of the tracheids. Okay, this is the end wall and it has also pits. Okay, it has also pits. Pits are like the pores. You can see the pores. If you want to say what are pits, pits are the pores. Okay, so they have pits in their end walls as well as laterally. Okay, they have pits laterally also. Okay, on the body, on their surface, they have laterally pits too. Okay, now what these pits do? The pits help in the transportation of water and minerals. These lateral pits help in the transportation of water and minerals sideways, laterally in the cells, while those which are in the end walls, these help in the transport of water and minerals upwards. Okay, they help in the transport of water and minerals upwards. Okay, now see guys, our tracheids is over. Now we are coming on the vessels. Okay. Now what are vessels? They have a not they have a narrow lumen. Okay, they have a narrow lumen than that of vessel. You have to remember this thing. They have a narrow lumen than that of vessel. So tracheids have a narrow lumen than that of vessels. Now in the vessels, what is there? Vessels are also elongated. Okay, they are also very long. Okay, and they have also pits which are laterally. They have lateral pits which transport water and minerals in the surrounding areas sideways. Okay, laterally. They transport water and minerals laterally. Okay, and these are tube-like structure. They have a wider lumen than that of tracheids. Okay, and vessels have pits also, and the pits are larger in case of this. Okay, they have no sorry guys, sorry. They have large number of pits. Okay, vessels have large number of pits. They have large number of pits, and those pits are small. Okay, it has small pits and large number of pits. Marker. So it has small pits and large number of pits. While those in tracheids, they have large pits but less number of pits. Okay, it has large pits but less number of pits. Okay, now I have told you that vessels are elongated tube-like structure. They have also the lignin because they both are dead, and lignin is there to strengthen the body. Okay, so it has also lignified wall is there, thick lignified wall is there. Okay, so vessels is also clear, I think. Now come on xylem fiber. I told you that vessels have a wider lumen than that of the tracheids. Okay, now xylem fibers that I have rubbed here. Xylem fiber is there. Okay, now see, in xylem fiber what is there? Xylem fiber is made up of dead cells, sclerenchymatous dead cells. It is made up of sclerenchymatous dead cells, and its main function is to strengthen the xylem tissue. Okay, its main function is to strengthen the xylem tissue. Clear? Now see, in xylem parenchymatous cells are living cells. Okay, so xylem parenchyma is made up of the parenchymatous living cells, and what it do? It stores food as well as it transports water and minerals laterally, sideways. Okay, so it transport water laterally, sideways. Okay, minerals are dissolved in water. Okay, so it is clear about xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers, I think so. So I am rubbing this too. Now, first we see one more definition. Xylem transport H2 minerals from root to different parts of body, while phloem transport food from leaves to different parts of the body of the plants. Clear? Now, come on, phloem. Phloem, as I have told you, it transports water and mineral. It transports food from the leaves to different parts of the body of the plant. One more thing that I have to told you about vessels, that vessels are you can find vessels in angiosperms, flowering plants, closed seeded plants. In angiosperms you can only find them. Okay, they are not found in ferns. Okay, ferns are open seeded plants. Okay, so vessels are not found in ferns, and tracheids are found in all kind of vascular plants. Clear? Now, phloem Phloem transport food from the leaves to different parts of the body of the plant. Now phloem is further divided. It has component. It is a tissue and it has component: sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers. Okay, so these are the components. And in this phloem tissue, most of the cells are living. In xylem we have studied that most of the cells are dead, while in this most of them are living. Only phloem fiber is the dead one, and all these three are living ones. Okay, now come on, sieve tubes. See guys, sieve tubes are elongated tubes. They are tubular in structure, and sieve tubes are living, but they do not have nucleus. You have to remember this thing. Sieve tubes are elongated, they are living, but they do not have nucleus. Nuclei. They do not have nuclei or nucleus, you can say. Okay, so sieve tubes are elongated in structure, and sieve tubes have sieve plates. They have sieve plates. Okay. So they have sieve plates. When you see the transverse section of this sieve tube, if this is a sieve tube, okay, if this is a sieve tube, you can see in the diagram too. When you will see the transverse, means horizontal way you can see. When you will cut one and you will see the sieve tube in the transverse section, then you will be seeing that it has like it has a wall which has pores in it. Okay, when you will see the transverse wall of the sieve tube, when you will see the transverse wall of the sieve tube, you will see there are pores in it, and these are like the sieve pores, and that is why they are known as sieve plates. Sieve you already know, chalni. The sieve are used by your mother for straining the tea. Okay, so sieve mother use sieve for straining the tea. So these are sieve plates. Okay, and sieve plates are covered. There is a lining of cytoplasm on the sieve plates. Okay, there is a lining of cytoplasm on the sieve plates which help in the which creates channels. Okay, which creates channels for the adjacent cells. Adjacent cells means the cells which are in the surrounding, and that is how the food is transported in between the cells. Okay, so it creates channels, the lining of the cytoplasm, and how it is how the food is going inside the different in the between the cells. Okay, so sieve plate is done, and sieve tubes is also done. Okay, now come on, companion cells. Companion. What is the meaning of companion? If I ask you, what is the meaning of companion? Companion means that someone who assists you, someone who helps you. Okay, so companion is this thing only. Companion cells are they have elongated nucleus. They are also living. They have thin wall. Okay, they have thin wall, and they have dense cytoplasm, and they have elongated nucleus. So the nucleus is long. Okay, and they assist these sieve tubes in the transportation of food. Okay, so companion cells assist these sieve tubes. Okay, they assist these sieve tubes in the transportation of food. Clear this thing? And see guys, wait. Companion cells are not found in all kinds of plants. They are also found they are also found in angiosperms. Not only, they are also found in angiosperms, you can say. Okay, so they are found in angiosperms. Now we come on phloem parenchyma. See, Phloem parenchyma, as the name suggests, it is made up of parenchymatous cells, living cells it is. And this what helps in, na? It helps in the transportation of food as well as it stores the food also. Okay, and it is also not found in all kind of plant. It is not found in the monocot plants. Okay, like garlic, like wheat. So it is not found in them. Now we come on phloem fibers. These are also known as bast fibers and they are made up of sclerenchymatous cells, and sclerenchymatous cells are there for strength, for giving strength to the phloem tissue. Clear? Now see. So phloem fibers are here for the strength and they are dead cells. They are made up of sclerenchymatous cells and they are also known as bast fibers. And I have told you about the retting process. In the retting process, we separate the fibers. We separate these fibers only, phloem fibers. Okay, so we separate these fibers. Okay, and we make the fibers for fabrics. Okay, so we use fibers for fabrics and we separate the fibers from jute, hemp, okay, these kind of plants, flax. We separate the fibers from these kind of plants and we use the fibers to make things like fabrics. Okay, so these are also known as bast fibers. Clear? I think you all must have been cleared about xylem and phloem in greater detail now. Tell me in the comment section, let me know how much you have been cleared by this lecture. Okay, so thank you guys. Bye bye. We will meet in the next video very soon.